Happy holidays from Talking with Docs. We made a video last year about how to treat a hangover.
Right, we felt like this was more traditional style medicine, where you're reacting to a problem.
So today we're going to be talking about how to prevent a hangover.
Let's get in front of that.
Yeah, get right in front of that problem.
Yeah.
And these are things that we gathered from our research that we thought made sense.
These are 100% successful every time.
Not really, but things you can try.
Okay.
So before we do this, we have to understand what causes a hangover. Why
Okay.
do you get hungover after intaking alcohol the night before?
Right.
The main reason I would say is dehydration.
I would agree.
Okay, alcohol is a diuretic. It makes you lose water,
Yeah.
so you get dehydrated.
Yeah, so that's like the physical side. I'd say the emotional or mental side is typically bad choices.
Okay, there's an element of shame sometimes. The other physiologic thing is as alcohol breaks down, there's a lot of byproducts
Right.
created, and those can contribute to the hangover as
Right,
well.
like acetaldehyde and methanol and a bunch of other things.
Yeah, so those things can contribute to your hangover as well. So
Right.
now we're just going to go through some things you can do, and we know because it's like season of celebration. Many people will be drinking alcohol, so these are some things you can try
Yeah,
to help minimize the chance of getting a hangover.
and you can use this advice all year long. It's not just holidays. It
That's right.
might just be Tuesday.
Yeah, watch this on probably more like a Thursday.
Okay, depends. Depending on if you're a shift worker.
Yeah, it gets
Okay.
tricky.
All right, so number one for me is drink in moderation or consider not drinking at all. If you don't drink at all, this is 100% effective.
Why do you got to be that way?
Just
The
saying.
whole point is people are going to be having some drinks. Not that we condone this, not that we think this is a good idea, but if you do enjoy drinking alcohol,
Yeah.
it's hard.
And we have other videos about alcohol too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not good for you, but
not good
not
for you.
drinking, I don't think counts as a way. Well, that's fine. Number
Sure.
one, don't drink.
Okay.
Okay, number two is don't drink alcohol on an empty stomach.
Okay, so why does this matter? So why does it even matter what's in my stomach if I'm drinking alcohol anyway?
Well, first of all, alcohol can be upsetting to your stomach. It can injure the lining of your stomach.
Okay.
Okay. Which also is a reason you have to be careful if you're taking anti-inflammatories and drinking alcohol. That's
Yeah.
one. And two, it's metabolized by the liver, so you have to be careful with your liver. But it can upset the stomach.
Yeah.
And two, the having food in your stomach might slow down the absorption of alcohol to a certain degree.
Kind of sops it up. Like anything, like medications and other things. Even like highly sugary foods, if you have other foods with them, it slows that spike in glucose. So it's a very physiological principle.
Okay, so number one, don't drink. Number two, if you're gonna drink, don't do it on an empty stomach.
Okay. Number three, we're gonna get scientific on it. You need to avoid alcohols that are high in congeners.
Okay.
Paul, can you tell the audience what a congener is?
So congeners are byproducts of alcohol or byproducts of the fermentation process that creates alcohol. So
Okay.
these are things like methanol, for example, would be a congener. And there's other sort of byproducts that happen when alcohol is being created by the fermenting yeast.
Are these in all types of alcohol?
They probably are to a certain degree, but they're more concentrated in the darker alcohols.
So what are the bad actors?
So like a cognac
Okay.
or a bourbon or a whiskey.
Yep.
Or I guess a dark gin or something like that.
Even some tequilas.
Some
I think we found.
tequilas too, yeah. So the
Yes.
lighter alcohols, that'd be like a gin, vodka,
Yes.
that kind of stuff.
Clear stuff.
They have less of those congeners in them, so presumably will contribute less to your hangover.
There you go. Like,
As
okay.
opposed to miscongeniality.
Less congeners.
Less congeniality,
Okay.
not really.
Okay.
The next one is because one of the main things that causes the hangover feeling is dehydration.
Yep.
Just hydrate. Hydrate well during the evening.
Right.
So one rule of thumb would be to, after every alcoholic beverage, have a non-alcoholic beverage.
That's a good
Something
idea.
like water.
Yep.
Don't try and hydrate with something like an energy drink. Don't mix in Red Bull or anything
Don't
like
think
that.
that beer is going to hydrate you because it still has alcohol. So
Yeah.
that is not
No.
hydrating.
Yeah, so we're talking about like water or a clear soda or something like that.
Right. And often people would even say, stay hydrated before, just like exercise. You don't
Yeah.
want to start exercising when you're behind in your hydration level and then try to catch up. So hydrate before as well as during.
Okay, so we've got don't drink.
Yep.
If you had a drink, don't drink on an empty stomach.
Yep.
If you're gonna drink on an empty stomach, don't have those congeners in your drink.
Right.
If you do end up having those congeners in your drink, make sure you rehydrate.
Now you said don't rehydrate with the energy drinks. Why does that matter?
I think energy drinks have a lot of other chemicals in them that also have to be processed by your liver.
Right.
which
And then
can
one main
challenge
one
it.
that makes us pee.
The sugar.
And the caffeine.
Yeah, the caffeine.
That
yeah.
caffeine is going to make
Yeah.
you pee, just like coffee or
Yes.
regular tea.
Yeah.
But there are some things that you can eat and drink that help reduce the amount of dehydration.
That's true. That's true.
So studies have shown like green tea
Yeah.
and honey,
Yeah, those kind of things can. Okay.
chrysanthemum.
Yes, tea made from chrysanthemums, something we often drink.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the hydration. What next?
I think sleep.
Yeah.
So don't start a night when you're going to be maybe imbibing, having a couple alcoholic beverages. Don't start it when you're really tired. Try to get a good night's sleep before, as well as the night of the drinking. Don't stay up all night. It's just not good for you.
No, and alcohol does interfere with your sleep, so you're
Yeah.
gonna have to work at it to get a good sleep.
And we've talked about that before. Like people think, oh, I'm gonna have a couple of drinks, it's gonna help me sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gonna help you fall asleep, but it does not provide you with the deep, restful, restorative sleep that we all require to be healthy.
Okay, right. Sleep's important. The next thing I'm gonna say is pace yourself, okay? Measure your drinks, because often one glass of wine compared to another glass of wine can be very different.
Sure. Depending on the size of the bucket.
It's like a half full, half empty, 90% full, 10% empty scenario.
And I think it can sneak up on you, especially if you have that glass that never actually completely empties and someone's walking around saying, hey, can I top you up? And all of a sudden, you don't know how many times you're topped up. You don't know how much you were topped up.
Yeah.
Measuring, I think that's a great idea. Hard to do, but I think it's
tricky
a good
if
way to
someone else,
track it.
Yeah, if someone else is serving you, it's tricky.
Yeah.
Wait, let me just get my graduated cylinder here.
Sure.
So yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna pace yourself.
Yep.
And one way to do that is just measure your drinks so you have an accurate count of how many drinks you've had.
Right, and then stop before you've had too many.
That's it.
That sounds like a pretty good
It's
summary.
so easy.
It sounds so
If
easy.
it's so easy, how come it happens to so many of us?
It does happen to a lot of people, especially during the holidays, especially as New Year's Eve is approaching.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get too excited and make bad choices.
There you have it.
You know.
Okay. We want you to have a good time.
Yes.
But we don't want you to be hungover.
Right.
And hopefully these steps can help you prevent that.
There you go. And if for whatever reason you didn't, go check out our other video on how to treat a hangover that we did last year before New Year's Eve. And if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel.
And remember, you are in charge of your own health and how much alcohol you drink.
Let's see you next time.